Greetings everyone, Joseph James here with your nightly newsletter brought to you by theschooloftrade.com. Today was October 16th, 2009. Guys, another great day in the room, another great week in this great month of October so far. I want to remind you guys, before we talk about the trades we took today, head to our free resource online, youtube.com/schooloftrade. While you're there, please subscribe to our channel so you get all the new videos when they're released every time. And of course, please rate and comment on this video. Let's see how we did today in the room. We did 485 actually. This is about $5 short. 475, we'll say, give or take a couple bucks there in the room this morning. I think we did a little bit better than that, a couple bucks ahead of that. But 475 today, that brings our weekly total to $2,000, a little over 2,000 bucks this week. Last week we did 3,000 bucks. The week before that we did $1,000. So of course you're at 6,000 bucks here for the month of October already. That of course is twice the cost of your advanced membership. So guys, now is not the time to be sitting on the sidelines, guys. We are going to be increasing the cost of membership every 60 days here until the end of the year. So if you're sitting on the sidelines right now, guys, give us a call, drop us an email, get in touch with us, guys. $45,000 in change since May of 2009. All right, don't miss out, guys. Let's talk about one of the terms today. Now, of course, we'll talk about one of the most deadly mistakes you can make as a trader, and that is losing sight of who has control over price. Now, this is a part of our series, the 7 Deadly Mistakes, and this is one of the first mistakes, and that is who has control over price. Losing sight of who has control over price, one of the most deadly mistakes we can make as a trader. And of course, how do we know who has control, right? How do we identify who has control? Well, first of all, we read your time and sales window, right? Reading your tape reading, watching your price action, that of course is going to give you a great identification of who has control over price. We also can look at your trigger line. Now, if your trigger line is flat, or if it has a nice steep slope to it, that will of course determine who has control as well. A flat trigger line is usually seen when we have a horizontal or sideways market. And so ultimately we can use that flat trigger line, or of course the trigger line in general, to determine who has control. So look at my trigger line. If I see an uptrend, right, or of course higher highs being made, a vertical trigger line, that means the buyers have control. If I see lower lows, right, a trigger line that is moving to the downside, a falling trigger line, that would mean that the sellers have control. Now, if there's no trend at all, that means double tops, double bottoms, a horizontal market, sideways price action, and a flat trigger line, that means no trend, no defined control, and of course, you want to be careful there. All right, so don't make one of those 7 deadly mistakes, guys. Mistake number 1 is losing sight of who has control over price. How do you know who has control? Look for a trend. If you don't see a trend, that means nobody has control. All right, so how do you know when there's no trend? Double tops, double bottoms, sideways price action, flat trigger lines, slow speed of the tape. And as always, guys, we're going to show you guys Monday morning. Today's a Friday, so come out and join us on Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. We'll show you guys how to define who has control over the market you're trading. That's going to be a great tool for you to make better educated decisions going forward. And as always, guys, on Mondays, we open up at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do free webinars at 11:30 Eastern Time. And always, got a copy of the beginner's course if you come out and join us for the first time tomorrow. Now, I had a great day in the room today, guys. We took 2 trades today. Kind of a quiet fall Friday here. Of course, it was options expiration on your E-minis. So if you were trading the E-minis this morning, you know, the Russell, the Dow, NASDAQ, and the S&P, you will have seen a little bit less volume this morning because of OPEX. Now, if you want more information about OPEX, ask me about that in the trade room tomorrow on Monday. But we'll talk about our trades today here. First trade today was just before 10 o'clock on the gold. This was a breaker long. Entry here was at 49.6. Broke above that swing high there, marked that blue line there. Above that swing high, we took targets at 4 ticks, 8 ticks, and 5 ticks. That totals 21 ticks there for a total of course, 10 bucks a tick of $210 there for your first trade. Now, this was pretty much a picture-perfect trade. We had the momentum, of course, pointing to the upside. We had the trend extending here above the 1049.5, and of course, we traded with the trend on this breaker long pattern, entry at 0.6. Put 21 ticks in our pocket for $210 there. Again, guys, only a 4-contract account here, very small account, and we made 5% return on that account in the very first trade. We were starting to see this market really slow down here after 10 o'clock this morning, if you guys were with us in the room. Whether it be just the fact that we had a beautiful sunny day outside and traders want to get out behind their desk and get to their earlier weekend, but kind of tough to tell why the volume slowed down so much. But basically, we had to wait patiently. We took the trades and presented ourselves. And of course, we used our entry rules to qualify each move. Now, this is a great example here on the pound. Now, you'll notice, guys, this was a completely flat sideways market. right? Completely flat. You'll notice double tops, double bottoms. There was no trend whatsoever. But another great example of just how valuable our patterns are and how powerful and consistent these patterns are at working out in even the most difficult trading environments. So we had a very difficult environment here, sideways market, right? Flat trigger line, double tops, double bottoms. Price action was slowing down. We saw a two-step here set up. This one gave us some mixed signals here this morning. Momentum at the bottom of your screen here, you can see momentum was a little bit choppy. The price action was staying short, but the momentum was staying long. So it was kind of conflicting signals, and we talked about that in the room this morning, kind of what I was looking at this time. But ended up taking the trade. A little bit higher risk, of course, here, 10.28. We had red pasted the tape on this trade. It was increasing at that time. Again, the only real concern here was that mixed signal from the momentum indicator at the bottom. But price action kind of overrules that. Price action told me to get short, and of course, once again, we read the tape. We get in short here. Entry was at 63.49. We took, of course, targets at 4 ticks, 8 ticks, and then trailed our stop for 6 more ticks. Now we pretty much called this thing right to the T. We placed our final target there all the way down there at 63.30. And as you guys can see, we pretty much called that move exactly the T. Got pretty much every tick out of that move we possibly could have. And as you guys see here, we got 44 ticks out of that move. Now, of course, on the pound, remember, it's half the size of the euro. So $6.25 per tick rather than $12.50 per tick like on the euro. So, of course, 44 ticks, multiply your 625. There's your $275 there on that British pound, two-step short. Counter trend trade, and a great example here, guys, of how effective we are in managing sideways markets, right? Very sideways there on the pound this morning. All right, guys, so add them all up. There's your 485 in the market today. That brings our weekly total, of course, now just over $2,000 this week. And, of course, let's recap. Live Trade Room opens on Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll do free webinars on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11:30 right in our live trade room. We'll trade any market. We'll give you live calls with entries, targets, and stops. We'll show you guys how to manage your trades. We'll give you all kinds of information about our entry rules, our pattern setups. I want to show you guys how to trade right along with me in your free trial. Plenty of time for questions and answers. And, of course, we'll give you a free 3 weeks as part of our trial. I want to recommend the beginner's course for you guys. If you're coming out and joining us on Monday morning, grab a copy of the beginner's course on our homepage. Please rate and comment on this video. My name is Joseph James. Hope the video helps. And as always, guys, for more information about lifetime membership, drop us an email. That's sales@schooloftrade.com. And as always, thanks for your time. We'll see you guys in the room on Monday morning. Don't miss a tick. Bye-bye for now.